again, UNLV welcomes the GCU Antelopes to town for a weekend of WCHL hockey. Very briefly before we get started, going over some impact players. Who else for UNLV but Tristan Rand, 12 goals, 7 assists, 19 points in just 12 games, leading UNLV in scoring and point getting. What a year so far for the sophomore forward. Really took a step so far this year, Adrian.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, the conversation for UNLV, it starts and ends with Tristan Rand. He's been the guy all season long so far.
And then looking to GCU, Colton Gherkin leading the team in points, 1 goal, 12 assists for 13 points, a little typo on the graphic, and 11 games played. And we spoke with Danny Roy pregame, AJ, about Colton Gherkin, and he had nothing but good things to say.
Yeah, nothing but good things, and he's a big part of why this GCU team has been able to turn around their program so quickly. I mean, over the past couple seasons, we've had GCU, they lost something like 12-0 against UNLV 2 seasons ago. So now, number 13 team in the country, Gherkin's a big reason why.
And now we're going to get things over to Kyle Sparrow and Bo Kennedy ringside as we continue to get this game going.
A key player to watch for GCU is number 33, Jacob Cummings. He has 9 points in 10 games and is a veteran player for this team. He's a key player and a key for GCU overall, as well as a very, very important part to how they play with their identity. Then moving on to UNLV, a player to watch for them is number 3, Bradley Gallant. He is a 5th-year senior, and he is 3rd in assists among forwards, as well as 2nd in points on the team. Watch out for him to make a big impact on the game tonight. Now over to you, Bo.
I'm joined here with forward Heath Mensch. Heath, after a nice break, how do you guys find your footing early in this game?
Just a lot of energy. We had a week off last week, so just kind of finding our rhythm again and overall getting back to how we were playing.
Awesome. And what was the message in the dressing room ahead of tonight's matchup?
Just stick to what we're doing. We played strong defensively and everything, and we've been pretty hot recently, so just keep doing what we've been doing.
Awesome. All right, thanks for your time, Heater.
Thank you.
Boys.
Thank you both. Thank you, Kyle. And thank you all once again for tuning in. UNLV back in Las Vegas after some time. Now, while we were away, UNLV did a lot. They were in Chicago, AJ. They went 3-0 in the Chicago Classic, beating notably number 1 ranked Jamestown in a neutral site.
Yeah, it's a huge win for this team. I know some people were questioning whether, going into Chicago, how much of a chance would UNLV have against Jamestown. I always thought they had a pretty good chance and definitely showed in that 2-1 victory. Not only that, they had a big win against another ranked opponent, the University of Mary, to sweep out the end of the weekend. So 3 really big wins for UNLV. Sadly dropped a spot in the rankings somehow, the ACHA computer rankings, but what can you do?
What can you do? The Rebels are still staying focused. They've been a top 10 team for some time here. But also speaking with head coach Danny Roy for GCU pregame, AJ, he said that the way this GCU team became ranked 13th in the country, and as many Skating Rebel fans know, this GCU team has been on the come-up lately. He said just simply chipping away at the process made this team the way it is now.
Yeah, GCU, they're the first team I saw when I started covering the Skating Rebels 2 years ago, and it was a 14-0 loss on senior night. And to see how far they've come since that game, it's really remarkable. And starting out the season, they played some difficult games in Alaska. They played a very competitive game against Alaska Anchorage, where I believe they lost 6-1, or it might have been even closer than that. And then just a little bit ago, they played Minot State and played a very competitive game going into the 3rd period of that one. Those games, despite them not coming away with victories, in the locker room, you walk away from the game, hey, we can hang with these big boys, and we can move on, we can build on these kind of games going forward, and that's why we're seeing them at number 13 now.
Could be looking at a very confident GCU team coming into tonight. As the starting lineups for UNLV are introduced, we're going to go over them. Heath mentioned Mason Kelly and Justice Sithopoulos, the forwards, Matias Del Monte and Devin Nagra, the defensemen, and Doug Wakeland, Team USA, holding down the blue paint. Looking at GCU, left to right, Braden Husby, Cameron Nealon, and Colby Donovan, the forwards. Gavin Ukele, the defenseman, joined by Jack Thomas, another Team USA representative, and Demetrio Kubritsky, holding down the blue paint for Grand Canyon University. Jacob DeMorinville, who we've seen a lot of in the past, is the backup tonight. We'll go over those starters once again shortly, but we're going to step away for a quick moment. We're going to go through some opening ceremonies, a ceremonial puck drop, and then some. So make sure to stay with us. GCU and UNLV coming right up.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight as we gather to support UNLV Rebels, we also come together as a community to honor the memory of 3 remarkable members of the UNLV family whose lives were tragically taken 1 year ago today. We remember Patricia Navarro-Velez, Jerry Chang, and Naoko Takamura. Beloved colleagues, mentors, and friends whose contributions of spirit enriched our campus and touched so many lives. At this time, we ask you to join us in a moment of silence and reflect on their legacy, to stand in solidarity with their families and loved ones, and to reaffirm our commitment to supporting one another in the face of tragedy. Thank you. May their memories live on in our hearts, and may their spirit inspire us to come together as one community. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for our national anthem, presented by Pittsburgh Injury Law. Here to perform the Star Spangled Banner, please welcome to the ice, Genevieve Foltz. Thank you, Detective Hodgson, for your 19 years of service.
And there you have it. The opening ceremonies are all wrapped up here from City National Arena, honoring the lives lost in the December 6th shooting on campus last year. Once again, thank you all for joining us here tonight. We're going to make sure this game is as normal as possible on the 1-year anniversary of that tragic event on the campus of UNLV. Going through our starters one more time before we get going. Heath Mensch, Mason Kelly, and Justice Stathopoulos to the forwards for UNLV. Matias Del Monte and Devin Nagra on the blue line, and Doug Wakeland in between the pipes for the Skate-In Rebels. GCU, Braden Husby, Cameron Nealon, and Colby Donovan, the forwards. Gavin Ukele and Jack Thomas, the defenseman, and in between the pipes, Dimitro Kabritsky holding down the blue paint for the Antelopes. And AJ back on the call once again. Brian Gilder's up in Boise to provide coverage for the Mountain West Championship game. As Kelly and Nealon dig in, we're underway here at City National Arena between two top 15 programs in the country. It's floated in early by Donovan. Now in behind, UNLV trying to get it started up the left wing. They do. Rink wide, there's Stathopoulos on the right wing board. Stathopoulos comes in. Now Jack Thomas down low, gets bumped by Kelly. Nagra whacks one on, blocked in front, got in the states of Nealon. He'll get changed up as Nagra spins that one into the zone. That gets stopped up by Kabritsky. Ukele fans on his pass and sends it up by stick down by Jackson Wyatt. Touched on Hayden Siegel. Here's Siegel. Dips a shoulder backhander, shouldered away by Kabritsky. Picked up and turned up north by Caden Henriksen. Out to the left was intended for Sean Spring. Couldn't get there. Now Jackson Wyatt behind his own net. Pressured by a pair of Antelopes. Dylan Kuntz cancels his man out along the wall. That's stuck in the corner now. Sean Spring plays it back into the zone. Directed on, save made Wakeland early. Fed out front, up top. Shot pass goes errant in the corner. And a big hit down in the zone. Bradley Gallant got sent to his backside. Fresh changes for GCU. Here's Tristan Rand, the impact player that we mentioned in the open. He gets pickpocketed by senior Jacob Cummings. On the left wing boards, he filters it down, sticked away by Doug Wakeland. Now Cummings back down low. It's almost attempting a Michigan there, it looks like, early in this tie game, under 2 minutes in. Joey Corolla gets tripped up, no call. Now here's Cole White to start it out. Rink White off the kick plate, just out of his reach. Jack Thomas picks it up and takes a spill. We got a stoppage of play. And just over 2 minutes in, GCU not looking too shabby.
Not looking too shabby indeed. You know, coming out in these first 2 or so minutes in the game, and really getting a good feel for what GCU is bringing this season. And so far, it's a lot better than what we've seen the last 2 seasons from them. Quality offensive zone time, even going for what you said was a Michigan earlier. That's confidence that you were talking about earlier in the pregame, and it's really radiating right now.
And we'll see if this power play upcoming can help their confidence early in this tie hockey game. Tristan Rand going. Too many men on the ice. He'll be serving that bench minor. So UNLV going on the penalty kill. And we already have a miscue. That's Kaylee misplaying that puck. Almost got pickpocketed by Mason Kelly, but the puck gets advanced up ice nonetheless. And now we have another arm raised on the official. Roughing will be the call, and it looks like it's going to be on GCU. And it will be on Grand Canyon University. Ben Oakland's going to be going for a rough, negating their power play just 23 seconds in. Now we got 4-on-4 hockey just about 2.5 into the first.
Not what you want at all if you're GCU. You get a chance to go on early on the power play, get a chance to get on the board even, and negate it all the way just 23 seconds in and giving UNLV a chance with a 4-on-4.
Now a lot more room out there. Centering pass just out of the reach of Gallant. And here's Gherkin Gets canceled out, reverses ice just out of the reach of Tommy Wardis. Now Matias Del Monte is going to go in behind Doug Wakeland and survey the ice and start it out. Here's Del Monte, drop pass for Nagra, his D partner. Nagra over the red line, pulls up. Saucer pass on the tape for Gallant, reverses ice for Brodziak. Brodziak leaves that for Gallant again. Gallant pulls up, tries to feed it rink wide, gloved down by Brodziak at the half wall. Brodziak at the far half wall, bumped out of the zone by Colton Gherkin. Brodziak starts it back north, dancing through traffic, gets poked away by Gherkin. And Gherkin's holding his face going back to the bench as he gets a full 200-foot clear. Here's Jackson Wyatt joining the rush, joined by Oliver Band. Wyatt cuts outside, shoots one, misses the pad wide. Brodziak feeds it down low. Now there's Jack Thomas on that. Thomas hounded by Band. Band gets a takeaway, down low, Band looking. Band dipping the shoulder, centering pass off the stick of Dylan Jensen. And Dylan Kuntz cancels out Cameron Nealon. And about 10 seconds remaining on the too many men penalty for UNLV. Here's Jackson Wyatt. Tried to cut through center, puck support from Dylan Jensen. Tries to feed it on. It gets cut off by Gabe Trichler. And now UNLV back to full strength with an abbreviated 20-second power play. Here's Joey Corolla, leaves that for Kyle Quinn just out of his reach. It's a foot race. Doug Wakeland comes out and whacks it along. Now here's Corolla on the left wing boards. Now to center for Kelly, who cuts out to the left wing. Mason Kelly dips a shoulder, drives the net, shoots one off the pad. Rebound chance, another pad save by Kabritsky. And that'll do it on the GCU penalty. The puck takes a weird kick out to center, and Corolla sends it in. Back to full strength for the Antelopes. And that was Skating Rebels' best chance so far.
Justin Stathopoulos had a clear shot on the rebound, just couldn't bury it. Almost the first goal of the game for UNLV.
And here's that aforementioned Stathopoulos sending it up for Mensch. Mensch through center to Kelly. Mason Kelly gets it around to the defender. Centering pass and can't get it to Devin Nagra. Good back check from Ben Oakland out of the box. Del Monte shoots one off a skate of an Antelopes player in front, recovered by Cole Wyatt. Wyatt plays it off the wall for Nagra. Nagra comes through, shoots one, misses the net high. The puck careens off the high glass, and Mensch couldn't settle it down. And that puck is kept in the zone by Brodziak, but Gherkin sends it out. UNLV recoiling in their own end. That's Dylan Kuntz.
Yeah, some really good chances from UNLV so far. Forechecking really well, keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Kind of killing that Grand Canyon momentum they had early on from that power play into that 4-on-4.
That puck's tipped in by Wyatt on net. Caleb Strong bumps Thomas up top. Jackson Wyatt, D-to-D. Kuntz steps into one. Blocked away by Kabritsky. Fed back up top. Couldn't get there. That's knifed along. Kuntz settles it down and plays it to his partner, Jackson Wyatt, who floats that into the zone. Jack Thomas is in behind and takes a check from Caleb Strong. Puck gets spun up ice. And that now tipped in. Now here's Hayden Siegel. Hops on that puck. Siegel now tries to sweep it on the backhand. Couldn't really keep the zone. That was Quinn, who steers it right back into the zone. Here's Colton Gherkin. Taken away by Gallant. Drop pass. Rand fans on the shot, and it just flutters away from the blue paint. Kabritsky lost his footing there for a moment as the puck floated harmlessly by the post. We play on. Now here's Jacob Cummings on the right wing board. Centering pass. Couldn't get there. Cut off. Looked like it was Dylan Ford. Puck kept in. Pad saved by Wakeland. That was Gabe Trichler with a one-time drive up top. Trichler with it again. Shooting one through traffic, settled down by Cummings. Cummings plays it to the slot, settled down. Wakeland finds it, and it'll hold for a whistle.
Another really good chance for UNLV off the neutralized turnover by Bradley Gallant. Tristan Brand just couldn't get a full stick on the puck. He's the UNLV leading scorer, and he's been all over the headlines for UNLV hockey. He's the conversation starter when it comes to this team, the leading scorer. So almost another chance for him and a really costly GCU turnover that was negated.
Tristan Rand is just about the only guy we talk about for UNLV so far this season, leading the team in scoring and points, what have you. Probably shots on goal, if individual shots on goal were a track stat in the ACHA, or if we had access to it. Ukele sends it to the center. Colby Donovan gets some help in the corner. He gets away from pressure and sends it up. Ukele's shot goes wide. Now here's Evan West. West gets canceled out. There's Nayland. Floats it in on the backhand. Full sail changes once again for the Antelopes. There's Stathopoulos on the left wing. Feeds to the center off the toe of Mason Kelly's blade. That puck gets filtered in. Stathopoulos hops on the loose puck. In behind his own net. GCU with a same forecheck. A good shooting chance, and they score early on. Ben Oakland taking a penalty early in the period. Number 11 for GCU puts the Antelopes up 1.
What a shot by Ben Oakland there, coming down the right side of the ice. Looks like he got sniped the corner on Doug Wakeland there.
And just watching the replay on our feed here, just not a lot of help for Heath Mensch. Turning the puck over. And Ben Oakland all by himself makes no mistake. And what a shot. That's Ben Oakland's 4th goal of the season. And it's a big one on the road.
Must have been a miscommunication by UNLV there. Just no one really to break out the puck to for Heath Mensch there.
Looked like Jackson Wyatt was next to Mensch in the zone, and there's no skating rebels in the middle of the ice that allowed Oakland to have that much time and space, beating Doug Wakeland. So here's Carollo now. Gets upended behind the play by Gherkin. Now here's Brodziak. Brodziak loses that puck. It's played up. And GCU trying to take it down low. Couldn't. That was Jack Riley showing off the hands. Dalmonte up top for Wyatt. Plays it off the wall. Brodziak engaged in a bit of a puck battle. Loses that one. Some extra puck support. It's Christian Cardo getting bumped off the puck by Tristan Rand. On the tape for Gallant. Just loses the puck there. UNLV trying to get things to the middle of the ice as Bradley Gallant almost sends the Antelopes player into the bench. Right next to our broadcast. Just over 10 gone in this first period. Ben Oakland breaking through for the Antelopes. Here's Nagra. Nagra pumps. Down low, Rand spins it off the wall for Gallant, who gets canceled out. Now that's Ukele. That's Gherkin trying to break it out. Evan West was in on the forecheck. Loose puck settled down by Jackson White in his own end. Now on the left side, West tips it in. Off the end boards and sticked away by Kabritsky. Evan West and Jack Thomas lock horns for a moment there. Now here comes GCU the other way. Pass intended for Cummings. Couldn't get there. A shot from an odd angle. Misses the net and kicks all the way out for Thomas in his own end. Now a top touched on. UNLV comes away with possession. Here's Stathopoulos. Moving on in. Shooting one. Misses the net wide. Now here come the Antelopes the other way. That's Colby Donovan. Lets a shot go. Misses the net and hits the glass. It's about 11 and a half gone. Pair of players go to the ice. That's Kuntz taking his man down. That puck is floated in. Stathopoulos now. Pressed up against the wall by Sean Spring. Puck swung around. Husby tries to play it for 4 pinches. Centering pass for Kelly. Couldn't get there. Good effort from Dylan Ford to pinch and keep the zone. UNLV's trying to get it back going through the center of the ice once again. No such luck. GCU's been clogging up the middle of the ice here so far tonight. It's Owen Hansen sending it into the zone. Dylan Ford hops on that and whacks it around the wall. Played down low. Carollo can't reach that. Puck played out. Cole Wyatt gets canceled out along the wall, but here's Preston Brodziak with support. Brodziak shoots one right into the shin pads of Ukele. UNLV's going to have to recoil on their own end again as fresh legs come on for the Antelopes. Here's Del Monte to the wall for Strong. Strong gets canceled out, sends it up to the point for Cole Wyatt. And Wyatt can't play it through. Here comes GCU the other way. Wyatt whacks at it and gets it up into the neutral zone. And Brodziak floats it in softly. Kabritsky stops it up. Sets up the ice hard. That was Colton Gherkin. Now UNLV attempting a stretch pass, glove down at the logo by Jack Thomas and floated in. UNLV not getting much on the rushes so far tonight. As Rand sends Thomas to the ice. Hits Gherkin again. Here's Wyatt shooting one through traffic. Tipped on off the shoulder of Kabritsky. And he'll hold for a whistle. Man, AJ just, GCU's not giving up anything on the rush, and they're giving up less, in fact, through the middle of the ice.
Yeah, the defense is playing really well for GCU right now, especially in that last stretch. We didn't have a stoppage for what felt like 5 minutes, and GCU dominated that entire before the stoppage there. Just, you know, we haven't seen a lot lately from UNLV playing behind at home. How do they react? I mean, the last time was Utah, and they did react pretty well. So another opportunity for us to see how they're going to play from behind. You're really wishing that Tristan Rand or Stathopoulos didn't fan on those earlier shots. Could be a different game right now.
Could be a very, very different game as we're in our first media timeout. That's all along the stoppage, or the period of just active play has been. And I mean, looking at the shots, 8-4, but that one play where there's just a lack of coverage in the middle of the ice, and UNLV kind of broke down in their own end off that Heath Mensch turnover, changes it. And as you saw, and you're seeing in the timeout, just Heath Mensch is talking, everyone's talking, pointing. So this kid line, the starting forward line, in fact, out there again for UNLV, trying to figure out how to break through and break even on this one. Mason Kelly and Nash Jacobsma will dig in out to the left of Kabritsky. Kelly wins that draw back to Jackson Wyatt. Now here's Mensch at the half wall, spins it on his backhand down low. Stathopoulos is there. Stathopoulos gets canceled out along the boards. Kelly with puck support picks it up. Pair of bodies hit the ice. It's Trichler and Mensch. Split up top for Cummings. Cummings plays it up for Ricky Nelson. Coots cancels out Nelson. Now along the left wing, sent over rink wide for Stathopoulos, just over the blade of his stick and sent back in by Ukele. And Doug Wakeland. Now fed out to the slot. Ukele tried to find it. The puck misses the net wide. GCU still with some sustained zone pressure. The puck finds Doug Wakeland again. 5:06 remaining in this first period and through 14 minutes and about 54 seconds, AJ. It's been looking like all's GCU.
Yeah, from 2 years ago, this team is night and day. From the GCU team I saw 2 years ago get beat 14-0 in this arena, night and day. Much better, much more competitive, much better offensive production so far, and it's really showing.
And there's a lot of familiar faces from that team still present on this GCU roster, so a good inference could be made that guys like Jacob Cummings or Gavin Ukele or Gabe Trichler, who were here during that season, are giving them an extra boost and an extra jump in the locker room.
Got to tip your hat to Danny Roy, too, for what he's done with the program in 2 years.
Most definitely, most definitely. This team's been turning heads, as we mentioned in the open all season long. And in fact, even at the UNLV Hockey Media Day, it was discussed amongst the players, staff, myself, that this team is different. And they're showing it so far here tonight. And even 4 minutes to go here in this first period of play. Once again, Ben Oakland breaking through for the Antelopes. Nagra shooting one, blocked up in the air by Husby. Puck played up top. Dalmonte with a shot through traffic. Blocked in front, looked like it hit Evan West on its way to the net. Here's Nagra now. Now that's Jackson Wyatt behind his own cage surveying the ice, under 3.5 to go. Tristan Rand up ice off a stick. Here's Gallant. Gallant centering pass into the skates of Hayden Siegel, and it goes out of the zone, and Dylan Kuntz wires that one off the high glass and in. There's Gallant hopping on it again. Gallant overskates the puck a little bit. Now here comes Ben Oakland, a man who broke through for the Antelopes. Carried it down low, pickpocketed by Kuntz. Tristan Rand breaks up that centering pass attempt, feeds it to Gallant. Gallant moving on in, tried to center it for Siegel, and a good stick from Ukele breaks that pass up. Now here's Hunter Schmitz. Schmitz gains the zone, sends it on net. And Dylan Ford takes the loose puck from Doug Wakeland. Now here's Mason Kelly, can't spin through Ukele. Plays it up softly. Cummings takes a bump. Mensch finds it, plays it up for Sathopoulos. Here comes Sathopoulos, moving on in. Centering pass, tipped up in the air. Kelly shoots one, blocked away by Kabritsky. Good blocker save from the sophomore netminder. There's Ricky Nelson, gets the better end of Dylan Ford, and Ford's down in a heap in the UNLV end. Here's Mensch moving on in. Mensch shooting one off the block. Rebound chance, another pad save by Kabritsky. Dylan Ford gets off the ice. Centering pass, Stathopoulos catches it on his backhand. And UNLV still with pressure in the zone. Here's Heath Mensch tied up. Mensch can't spin that one on, gets cut off by Jack Riley, who floats it in on the backhand and paddled away by Wakeland 90 seconds ago in this first period. And that was a huge hit on Dylan Ford. Ford stepping up on Ricky Nelson, and Nelson gets a better end of the junior defenseman. We'll have an update on Dylan Ford as soon as we possibly can. And that was a huge collision. Ricky Nelson, not a small kid, 6'4", 190 pounds. Dylan Ford, 5'10", 183 pounds. Two big men coming together.
Yeah, you just hope he's okay after that hit. Kind of took him a while to get off the ice, so we'll keep you updated on that. UNLV still looking to break through in this one, though. Not a lot of opportunities.
GCU coming in to this first period strong as the play's blown dead for icing, 62 seconds remained in this first period. Now UNLV, it's not been easy for them through 19 minutes, just about. Not getting much on the rush, not getting much on their centering passes, their rink-wide passes, period, as we hit the final minute of this first period. Played on by Brodziak. Brodziak from one knee, can't touch it through. Cummings flips it up, glove down by Wyatt. Off the wall, settle down Jensen. Down low, Brodziak, up top Jensen, in the slot, shooting one into the chest of Kabritsky, and that's another good shot and a good chance from UNLV. They look like they're coming to life a little bit. Now 37 seconds, about 37.9 exactly to go. Face off out to the left of Kabritsky. Kelly wins it back. Kuntz knifes it on and sends Husby to the ice. Now Band tries to center it for Kelly, just out of his reach. Jackson Wyatt can't keep the zone. That gets played out by Cameron Nayland. Now Kuntz with under 15 seconds. Now it's Jackson Wyatt. Final 10 as he crosses the red line, sends it in. Off the end boards, Band overskates a puck by a hair. And the horn sounds, that'll do it. An uncharacteristic, tough first period from UNLV as we have some extra discussion from Oliver Band and Jacobsma. And everyone's going to skate away through 20 minutes. GCU leading 1-0 here on Country Night at City National Arena. Ben Oakland once again breaking through for the Antelopes. Both teams will have a chance to talk it over in this intermission. We're going to step away to talk some things over ourselves. Stay with us. More GCU and UNLV action coming right up.
second period action here at City National Arena, just moments away. The GCU Antelopes lead the UNLV Rebels 1-0, and if UNLV wants to get on the board, we got to look to the leadership. The captain, Matias Dalmonte, Cole Wyatt, Jackson Wyatt, all these guys got to get going on the board, get going on the scoreboard for UNLV to see success in this one. Now, let's send it over to Cal Sparrow.
All right, I'm here with forward number 37, Cole Wyatt. Cole, what are some of the things that GCU is doing really well?
Yeah, you know, they're playing simple right now. They're just chipping pucks, getting pucks deep. I think we need to kind of do what they're doing. We're trying to make some pretty passes here. We just got to simplify our game here in the next period.
And then a couple chances for you guys throughout that first period. What can you guys do to capitalize on those chances?
Yeah, we just got to look to get more pucks to the net. We're trying to make that extra pass right now. We just got to simplify and get to work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kyle, and thank you, AJ, for joining me back up in the broadcast booth. And thank you, the viewer, for sticking around. If you stuck around through the first intermission, if you're just joining us, thank you, and welcome to the broadcast. Through 20 minutes, it's been all GCU. Ben Oakland breaking through for the Antelopes, putting GCU up 1-0. UNLV trailing at home for just the second time this season. Through 20, shots are 13-7 in favor of UNLV. Each team didn't convert on the man advantage, and some keys here. GCU just keep up the pressure. They're going to be skating right at our broadcast booth in this second period, and for UNLV, just control the period, and even a second statement, control what you can control here.
Yeah, exactly right, Dom. And I like to give an update from up north in Boise. The Boise State Broncos will unfortunately defeat the UNLV Rebels 21-7. Brendan Marion in the no-no offense did not show up in Boise, scoring only 7 points. So credit to the Boise State defense, and hopefully UNLV can pull out a better result here at City National.
Back-to-back Mountain West championships for the Boise State Broncos. They'll be going to the college football playoff, and we'll wait until Sunday to see if UNLV will get a Holiday Bowl game. They did finish out the season 10-3, including this loss in the Mountain West championship game. They played in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl last year. Also, a game-time decision. We'll have to find out tomorrow. Ryan Gilder may return to the booth tomorrow. He's a game-time decision. He might be flying back from Boise, Idaho to join us here tomorrow night. Nonetheless, we're getting back going here in the second period. We're back underway at City National Arena for another 20 minutes of some exciting top 15 hockey in the country. Once again, GCU skating towards the broadcast booth in the white and purple trim uniforms. UNLV, the black and white with the red trim and the new jerseys this year. GCU starting out in the offensive zone. Right in front of us, that's Braden Husby all tied up. And no one can really seem to get the puck loose along the wall here.
Yeah, it looks like what I used to do in indoor soccer. No one can get the ball off the boards.
And it finally breaks free. Ukele's shots blocked by Stathopoulos. And UNLV still can't really get much going through the neutral zone. An update on Dylan Ford as well. He took a massive reverse hit from Ricky Nelson. As a shot, and they score. UNLV tying this thing up early in this second period. Couldn't really see the play develop. But guess who? Heath Mensch ties the game up after turning the puck over that resulted in the go-ahead goal for GCU.
Well, we interviewed him in the pregame, and this is a player he's been off the ice a little bit due to injuries, had a lot of adversity going into the year. So to see him get the goal and the game-tying goal for this one is huge for UNLV.
Bet that feels good. He kind of had the opportunity to right his wrongs from that turnover. It was a bit of a broken play. The puck skipped to his stick in the slot, and he just had his first instinct and let a shot go. And it beat the Antelopes goaltender. So all tied up. There's Gallant shooting one from a tough angle off the shoulder. Another shot from just outside misses the net. Dylan Kuntz shooting one off the pad. of Kabritsky. And plays blown dead for a hand pass. And getting back to that update, Dylan Ford will be out for the remainder of the game after taking that reverse hit from Ricky Nelson towards the end of the first period.
Well, this UNLV team prides itself on its depth. So next man up mentality for Dylan Ford, as we hope he gets better soon and possibly play tomorrow night. But next man up for the Rebels for the rest of the night.
UNLV with a deep team can slot anyone in to that defenseman position. Most would look to Sean Karaman first, the freshman defenseman out of the USPHL. Scratched tonight, but if the injury sustained by Dylan Ford is enough to keep him out of tomorrow night's action, Karaman may be called to fill that role. Here's Brodziak through center. Can't get much going. There's Kyle Quinn in his own end. Quinn sends it up ice. Steered away by Kabritsky. Here's Brodziak shooting one. Doesn't make it on net. UNLV still trying to keep pressure in the zone. The puck skips free into the neutral zone. Nagra knocks Nelson to the ice, and Nagra goes to his keister. And here's Del Monte. Del Monte swings it up for West, who floats it cross corner. Del Monte hops on that one, played down low. UNLV keeping the forecheck up. Puck skips free to the middle of the ice. Oliver Band's going to have to retreat to center. Sends to Nagra on the tape return pass, just in the skates of Band. And a big collision at the GCU bench. That was Jack Riley getting sent to the ice by Dylan Kuntz. Here's Riley Jensen shooting one off the cuff of the glove of Kabritsky. Now GCU from below their own goal line, a long flip. No one in sight. Plays blown dead for an icing.
And I want to go back to the depth of this team. You talked about Sean Karaman, who is not playing tonight, but when we called his game against Colorado, he was the opening scorer in both of those two games. So it just really goes to show that they have a guy like that who can be active in the goal-scoring end, not playing tonight, and they can call him up at any point.
And Karaman in and out of the lineup as most freshmen are. And just with the depth of this team and how much older this defensive core for UNLV is, he'll get his shot soon enough. The forwards underwent massive change in the spring as another icing on GCU. Lots of forwards graduated last year. Max Johnson, Luke Burke, Daniel Fisher, Nicholas Flanders, among others, leaving the program last season. Grant Smith, Michael Batuzov as well. So just naming a few, you have 6 forwards. It's 2 whole forward lines leaving the program at the end of last year. The shot off the draw, misses the net high and wide. That was Heath Menchett looked like, looking for a second of the game. As Dylan Kuntz sends it in, and looking at the UNLV forward lines now, you have a handful of freshmen. Preston Brodziak, the oldest forward outside of Bradley Gallant. Brodziak, a grad transfer from LIU. Gallant, a fifth-year senior transferring in from the College of St. Scholastica on the NCAA Division III level. Caleb Strong, one of the older guys too, junior forward out of Minnesota. And lots of sophomores and freshmen for this UNLV forward core. As Chichler sends that loose puck up ice. Doesn't get out of the zone. Now it does. Heath Mench tried to keep the zone there. Couldn't. Now Gallant up top. Quinn loses that puck battle. That was Henriksen who kept the puck out of the zone. Here's Carollo now. On the tape for Rand up the left wing. Rand with speed. Shoots one from an odd angle into the trapper of Kabritsky. And he'll hold for a whistle.
And you want to go back to the youth movement that this team is seeing this season. And really feel like after the end of last season, the team felt like they were in a good spot with that youth movement because a lot of the younger players really stepped up in the national tournament for this team.
Notably Justin Stathopoulos as a freshman.
So just got to be happy with where they're at with the youth movement, buying into the culture, buying into the brand to take the team forward.
And that's going to be the movement that, as you said, carries this team into the future and this program into the future. Here's Tristan Rand, a part of that future. Shoots one off the pad, loose puck, steered away from the blue paint. That was Joey Carollo joining the rush, trying to get on that rebound. Hayden Siegel will be back to recover. Just over 6 minutes elapsed in this second period of play. Looks like a much more even frame so far. As that puck is knocked to the ice, and now Tristan Rand at the center ice logo gains his own, feeds one rink wide. Gallant shoots one, blocked in front, loose puck, makes it on net. Everyone whacking at it, doesn't make it through, and Bradley Gallant gets talks to. We have some more pushing and shoving in front of Kabritsky.
Let's all have some player introductions in front of the net, why don't we? Nice to meet you.
How do you do? Now about 6.5 minutes, gone in the second period of play. UNLV with now 21 shots on net. And we got some confusion at the Antelopes bench. So there's a lot of pointing, a lot of yelling, and a lot
Looks like
of
someone's going to the box
coming on.
too.
So Hayden Siegel gets posted for 2 minutes. Didn't really see the call, but one would imagine to be roughing for getting involved in that scrum. But Siegel came in awfully late on that scrum and just gave an Antelopes player a little shove. So now
Referee
GCU
doing his Rebels call.
And Matias Dalmonte emphatically told to go back into the zone. The Rebels captain pleading his case. So GCU back on the power play here tonight. 0 for 1 so far. And Jacob Cummings whacks a stick out of Devin Nagra's hand. And Matias Dalmonte is incensed. And Nagra immediately threw his palms up, and just like that last power play that we saw from GCU, just a handful of moments into that man advantage, they take a penalty themselves. Now it's going to be 4-on-4 for a minute, 4:55.
Put it this way, GCU has had 2 power plays today, and they've been on the power play for all
Maybe
of
30
28 seconds. This one, they had the puck for 5 seconds before committing a penalty. That just can't happen if you're trying to beat this UNLV hockey team.
And it's a rare sight from a veteran like Jacob Cummings, a senior, hacking the stick out of Devin Nagra's hands. Now it's 4-on-4 hockey. Jackson Wyatt now. Puck gets deflected to the right side wall. Now here's Gallant down low. Bradley Gallant looking. Centering pass for Kuntz. Can't get all of it. Feeds it back on. Loose puck out in front. Swept up top. And now here comes GCU the other way. That's Jack Thomas. Leaves that on. And leaping to play that one was Hunter Schmitz. That was a high feed from Colton Gherkin. And now here comes Preston Brodziak. Drop past Gallant. Dropped off at the point. Kuntz. Point to point now. Here's Wyatt. Now DDD Kuntz. Kuntz moves in. Kuntz shoots one off the pad. Recovered by Gallant. Gallant looking from the slot. Drops it off Wyatt. Reverse ice for Kuntz. Kuntz pivots, looks, shoots. Tipped up out in front. And that's Ben Oakland who sends it up. Then we got a penalty. And it looks like it's going to be Colton Gherkin who is going to be sent to the box. Not sure for what just yet. But as he was skating to the box, AJ, you saw him. He took his glove off. He was giving a little, so. Doesn't look like he agrees with the call necessarily. I'm seeing fours go up from Danny Roy and the rest of the GCU coaching staff. So I'd imagine it would be offsetting minors. Looks like it's going to be, looking on our feet, it's a bit delayed. And, yeah, it's going to be Brodziak going as well as Gherkin for their little episode out in front of Kabritsky.
Well, I want to go back to the last 4-on-4. What a shift by Dylan Kuntz there. Multiple shots on goal, had a lot of chances to get on the board for UNLV, just couldn't hit the back of the net, but still a great shift from him overall.
Dylan Kuntz representing Team USA at the World University Winter Games in Torino, Italy, alongside the man in between the pipes tonight, Doug Wakeland and Jack Thomas of GCU. Swung out, here's Jensen feeding one to the slide and makes it on net. But Kabritsky holds for a whistle, and we have some more collar grabbing and probably not so kind words being said.
Well, you never know for sure.
I mean, maybe Joey Carollo's telling him, hey, hit up BJ's across the road on Charleston, get a Pizookie, why don't you, after the game? Or not entirely sure, but maybe we'll ask him after the game.
I'm sure he'll say he was saying nothing but nice things.
Maybe
hey, I'd like to get you know you better.
Yeah, maybe giving him hikes. Joey Carollo's an outdoorsman and a local. He goes on a lot of hikes with his dog, so.
Maybe, what's your major? Drop that in there. What you doing for school?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe discussing the game notes. Who knows? So face off out to the right of Kabritsky. Won by the Antelopes. And that's Jack Thomas with about 20 seconds left in this 4-on-4 period. Being hounded by Tristan Rand, and Thomas shakes off the pressure. Kyle Quinn cuts off that zone entry attempt. Carollo gets tripped up. Thomas picks up the loose puck. Rand wanted a call. Here's Thomas. Feeds one rink wide. That's Hansen. Shoots one off the shoulder of Wakeland. Owen Hansen with a good try, trying to go short side on Wakeland. Fed up top. Both teams back to full strength. The puck sent right back into the zone. Wakeland stops it with the paddle. Now here's Carollo. Stretch pass to Mensch. Mensch gets canceled out by Ukele. Now hopping around traffic. That puck's played in. Quinn doing battle with Hunter Schmitz. Schmitz centers one, kicks into the stick of Ben Oakland and misses the net wide. Oakland with a chance for his second of the game. Missing a yawning cage. What a opportunity for the sophomore forward.
Yeah, wide open net for Ben Oakland. Would have been his second of the game. And what has been a better shift for the offense, for the GCU offense as of late. They haven't really had a lot of zone time this period, and that was a good possession for them right there. Just couldn't finish the job.
UNLV leading the shots 24-10 with just about 10 minutes gone in this second period of play. Jensen feeds one on, kick save, rebound loose. Stathopoulos loses the puck. Kabritsky falls over, gets back up, and now here's Nagra at the dot. Nagra shooting one, blocked out in front and deflected wide and sent down low. There's Del Monte, dips the shoulder, drives the slot, shooting one off the pad, loose puck out in front, everyone whacking at it. Sent out Del Monte, another drive. Save made Kabritsky, and they'll hold for a whistle. Man, Dimitro Kabritsky, AJ, has been making some phenomenal saves here tonight.
He's really being the difference maker for GCU. So many chances for UNLV this period on offense, and Kubritsky really standing on his head to give his team a chance for what has been a sluggish offensive period for the Antelopes so far.
GCU looking to come alive, not entirely sure what was discussed in between periods for UNLV, but whatever it was, it's certainly working.
Way more energy for the Rebels in this second period, way more intensity after the whistle, you know, getting in their faces, learning their names.
Learning their majors. Maybe getting an opinion on the country music being played tonight. It is country night, as we mentioned at the closing of the first period. Lots of country music being played.
Hey, what do you think about this song? Well, he's grabbed by the neck.
Yeah, maybe like, hey, how do you do? What do you think? Do you think Post Malone is actually a country artist, or do you think he was a culture vulture who used rap music to gain a platform?
Cannot say I've ever heard the term culture vulture before. It's a new one for me.
It's a pretty big thing. The videos are all over YouTube. I personally don't mind Post Malone's country music. It's more pop country, but I like pop country, so it's not that bad. We're back underway nonetheless. Here's Dylan Jensen feeding it down low. That was Evan West who took a spill in front trying to cut off that puck. Here's Oliver Band. Dylan Kuntz now. West tips out, went into the opposite corner. Band gives chase along with West. Gets reversed to the far side corner. Kuntz settles it down. Shoots one through traffic. Tipped on. Loose puck out in front for West. Staring at it. Everyone looking for the puck. It doesn't make it back on net. Good chance for the freshman forward, Evan West. That puck careens off a body and gets sent off the end wall. And then flipped off of Dylan Jensen, who blocks that clearance attempt and sends out of the zone. Finally, Dylan Kuntz settles it down to the red line and floats it into the corner softly. Whacked off the wall. Puck sent sky high. Stick down by Jacob Cummings. High stick blown away. Just touched up by UNLV. Here's Carollo. Sends it cross corner. Caleb Strong hops on that. Feeds it up top. Carollo looking. Shoots one through traffic. Knocked down in front. Loose puck whacked away. Kyle Quinn recoiling in his own end. UNLV playing with a lot more snap and pace in this second period as the puck goes out of play. And it looks like a couple of Soviet Ice Warrior kids got a souvenir. And AJ, so far this period, it's really been GCU looking like they're struggling on the breakout, but UNLV has been quick on the recoil and quick on getting back up the ice.
Much better this period than the first period for sure. And if you're GCU, you're looking back at that Ben Oakland right in front of the net, wide open, fanning on the shot. That one might live with you for a little bit going into the third period, maybe even the rest of this game.
Well, if there's anything that this game has showed so far is that
no gimmies.
There's no gimmies for one, and you can exercise those demons and right your wrongs, as Heath Mensch did with that game-tying goal. Now here comes the Antelopes. Puck goes into the zone. Niagara whacks it around the wall, settled into the skates by Strong. Turns the puck over, fed down low. Cummings looking, gets tied up. Now Dalmonte cancels his man out. That's Ricky Nelson. Sends it up top for Jack Thomas. D to D for Gherkin, excuse me. Now Dalmonte settles down that puck in his own end and takes a bump from Husby. Drop pass in favor of Husby. Gets poked away by Brodziak. That long flip from Strong settled down by Brodziak. Brodziak moving on in and just mishandles a puck and looking for a call, and he's incensed. Going back to the bench. We'll play on. Here's Nealon. Plays it down low, gets around Kuntz. Kuntz finds it. And it looks like we have another stoppage of play. And there's a discussion near the UNLV bench. still waiting to see what's going on here. So it's still even strength. Might need to talk something over.
You know, sometimes the referees just like to get over there and start yapping away.
GCU now tried to get set up in the zone. They could not. Here's Tristan Rand. His pass intended for Dylan Jensen gets cut off. And offsides by about a half mile. Faceoff's going to come outside the UNLV zone with just about 6.5 to go. UNLV comes away with the face-off win. Quinn whacks that into the zone. Now here's Kyle Quinn up top. Whacks it rink wide. Could get it to Carollo. Carollo takes that puck and loses an edge, and Kyle Quinn introduces himself to Tommy Wardis in front of the net.
Hello, I'm Kyle Quinn. Nice to meet you.
And Tommy Wardis looks like he met the right glove of Kyle Quinn as well there.
It's another way of saying nice to meet you.
Yeah, might be a Chicago thing. Quinn is from Chicago, so it could be it. Face-off won by the Antelopes. Skips way out of their zone, though. Wakeland plays it along. Dalmonte. Now here's Mensch. Mensch with the takeaway, moving on in, shooting one off the cuff with a trapper of Kabritsky, and he'll hold for another whistle. That's the UNLV's 30th shot of the night.
Dominating offensive performance, shooting the puck wise, not necessarily on the score for UNLV this period. GCU really, since the first period, I believe they had 7 shots in the first period, so just the 4, while UNLV has 17 this period. So much better offensive control for UNLV. So there's an icing. And a much better overall period for UNLV. Long-winded way of saying that, I guess.
Now UNLV looking for the go-ahead goal. Both teams looking for the go-ahead goal. UNLV looking for their first lead of the night. An offensive zone draw. Won by UNLV. Kuntz with a drive. Misses the net wide. Loose puck out in front. They score. Dylan Jensen corralling the rebound off of the end wall and firing it home. UNLV has their first lead of the night.
Dylan Jensen was a friend of mine and a friend of the Rebels tonight. With a huge goal for UNLV, putting them back on top for the first time this game, actually.
Another member of that youth movement that we touched on earlier on in the broadcast, Dylan Jensen, firing that rebound home for his 5th goal of the season. So UNLV out front, 2-1. In a period where the Skating Rebels really came alive. In one of the tighter games that you'll see all season long here at City National Arena. Puck skips out to neutral ice, picked up by Kuntz, who sends it in. 5 minutes even to go in the middle frame. Now Kyle Quinn in behind Doug Wakeland. Stops up, sends it over to Rand, has it hop over his stick. Hunter Schmitz feeds it down low. Quinn gets on that loose puck and reverses it back over to Rand. Rand knifes that through. That's Caden Hendrickson. Bradley Gallant finds the loose puck and he'll turn it up ice. Gallant from one knee played it up. Now here's Jack Riley. Guided into the boards by Quinn. And the play's blown dead for a high stick. And now a sense of frustration starting to build here, AJ, for the Antelopes. Hunter Schmidt's coming back to the bench and slashing his stick across the board.
Just getting dominated on both sides of the ice this period. Can't really get anything going. And that can lead to some big frustrations, as we're seeing.
That's something that you don't want to do if you are the Antelopes, just because you don't want to let frustration set in a close game where you played well, just got to get back to your game, as Sothopoulos tried to get a rush going and lost control of the puck. Kabritsky holds for a whistle. .406 remaining now. Another offensive zone draw for the Skating Rebels. Out to the left of Kabritsky. GCU wins the faceoff. Sends it up the left wing. Doug Wakeland comes out to play it. A bit of a more dangerous play there. Mason Kelly jumps around traffic, feeds it up to Sothopoulos. Sothopoulos with speed. Dips the shoulder, feeds it, reverses it. Kelly gets sent into the net. Mason Kelly driving to the slot, trying to get that centering pass from Sothopoulos. Kelly takes a spill again down the near corner on the far side, directed around. Cut off Sothopoulos. Plays it off the wall, down low, up top, Nagra. Nagra, DDD, Dalmonte, shooting one. Rebound loose, and they score. Oliver Band on the doorstep. Puts UNLV up 3-1.
What a finish by Oliver Band. What a sequence for UNLV. Huge momentum goal there for the Rebels. Taking advantage of the frustrations from GCU and putting another one on the board to add on to the frustrations for GCU.
And like you said, the frustration, it seems like two different hockey teams here on both sides, not in the literal sense. UNLV looks like a different hockey team than the first period. They look more composed. They look more confident. And GCU looks like they're a little frustrated, as you mentioned. Not necessarily rattled, just more irritated with how the game's going as that puck goes up into the protective netting.
Could be another way of saying rattled to an extent.
We have a stoppage here. The buzzer sounded inside the arena. And now we're good to go. That was a hold from the scorer's table. Oliver Band digs in against Cameron Nealon. Band, the latest goal scorer, off of a rebound. And now here's Dylan Jensen, who gave UNLV the lead. Jensen with speed, shooting one into the chest of Kabritsky. And no hold for the whistle. And we've got some more slight chatter between Jack Thomas and Dylan Jensen with 3:07 left. Dylan Kuntz and Doug Wakeland announced their Team USA as Team USA members here at City National Arena. We've touched on in the last few weeks to an ovation from the crowd. Kuntz with a shot sticked away by Kabritsky. Now here come the Antelopes the other way. Send rink wide. Here's Hunter Schmidt shooting one, steered by the paddle of Wakeland. Dylan Kuntz canceling his man out. Puck stays with the Antelopes. Kuntz pressing his man up against the wall. That was Caden Hendrickson. Now here's Caleb Strong. Jackson wide on the right wing. Turn past Strong. Shoots one. Misses the net wide. Kyle Quinn recovers the puck behind Wakeland. Now here's Tristan Rand up the left wing. Rand with speed, dips the shoulder, down low, Rand goes. Up top, here's Quinn. Shooting one through traffic, tipped just high. Now played in the slot. Bradley Gallant whacked at it and couldn't get his stick on it. And now here's Joey Carollo. Reverses it for Quinn. Quinn now sends it into the zone. Tristan Rand's going to hop to it in the opposite end of the ice. Jensen picks up that loose puck off the kick plate for Niagara. D to D Dalmonte. Dalmonte moves in, shooting one, blocked out in front. Now here come the Antelopes, trying to spring something the other way. Their rush gets stuck in the mud for a moment at their own blue line, and they turn the puck over. There's Niagara, tried to get it up to Kelly. That goes off of a body. That's Tristan Rand on the right wing. Rebound out in front. Kelly whacking at it. But Kabritsky makes a save and finds it to hold for a whistle. Another good chance from UNLV off the rush and on a rebound.
A great opportunity for UNLV, and, you know, at a 4-1 differential, then we might see GCU really getting flustered, losing the way, getting away from their systems, and that's exactly where UNLV wants them.
GCU, their message from head coach Danny Roy pregame was play to their identity. Big, lumbering team, physical, heavy on the forecheck. They showed that in the first period. They haven't showed much of that in the second because they haven't been able to establish enough of a zone presence to establish a forecheck. And that's another example there as that play's blown offsides. .61 seconds to go in the second period. UNLV getting a fresh forward line out there. Or they were, and they get sent back off the ice. The kid line, Heath Mensch, Mason Kelly, and Justice Stathopoulos out there. Jackson White and Dylan Kuntz, the D-men, as we get the final minute of play. Trichler whacks it in. Now here's Jackson Wyatt. Mensch now can feed that through a gap in the Antelopes defense. UNLV keeping the zone. Kuntz settles it down. Final 30, shooting one on an odd angle and gets held for a whistle. And Heath Mensch gets cross-checked a few times, and we got it coming together in the corner as temperatures rise. Mensch in a bear hug with Jacob Cummings. And Mensch just gives Cummings a little pat on the elbow. And the two defensemen, Jackson White and Dylan Kuntz, are the last guys out of there. That's something you like to see, is the defenseman coming out of the pile last. And Dylan Kuntz was tied up for some time down deep in the GCU zone.
A lot of dirty laundry in this one.
Yeah, and Dylan Kuntz isn't one to really shy away from anything as he's barking the whole way to the bench. With Nash Jacobsma with 26 seconds to go. Dylan Kuntz in the North American Hockey League with the New Mexico Wolves was not one to shy away from conflict. He has had his fair share of tilts in the null in juniors and coming into his freshman year. AJ, we've seen it all season long. He's always down to get into some sort of scrum, no matter what type it is. We saw it at the end of the Utah series. He likes to mix it up.
Well, every hockey team needs a guy who likes to get dirty. Dylan, definitely the guy for UNLV, getting involved, getting dirty. Not afraid to rough it up, if you will, the other team. Send a message.
And this is a UNLV iteration of this team that isn't really as physical as years past that we've seen, and that comes with just the changing of the guard and a lot more physical guys leaving the program. But as we mentioned, there's still guys who like to mix it up every now and again. Now, final 10 seconds as that puck goes into the GCU zone, and it's an icing on the Rebels. 6 seconds to go in this second period of play. UNLV with 36 shots on goal.
It's 23 shots for the period for UNLV. They had 13 at the end of the first period.
And only 5 for GCU.
Yeah, that's the difference right there. We can see it with your eyes, and you see it in the score sheet too.
Definitely does pass the eye test as Ben Oakland's shot gets directed wide of the net in the final second, ticks off, and Oliver Band gets a stick on that feed from the point, and that'll do it. 40 minutes down, UNLV bounces back in the middle frame to score 3 in a row, 3 unanswered. Heath Mensch to tire. Dylan Jensen, the go-ahead goal and the insurance marker to Oliver Band. So through 40, once again, UNLV peppering Dmitro Kabritsky and scoring 3. And as always, make sure to stay with us. We're going to step away for a quick break, allow both teams to take a break and talk it over. We're going to take a break as well. The third period or more coming up here from City National Arena.
Well, after the second period, UNLV really got going at the end of that second period. Some keys going into this third period, though. UNLV maintained composure throughout the neutral zone and stopped turning over the puck in the neutral zone. And for GCU, it's going to be kind of the same thing, cleaning up your mistakes, as well as shooting the puck, trying getting the puck through those lanes. Now we'll toss it over to Ronan Keenan.
We're here with number 10, Dylan Jensen. Dylan, walk us through that goal.
We're just working hard in the zone. We put together a few shifts in a row. I got them in their zone, and just a good draw by Bando, Kunci with the shot, and just go to the net and you score goals.
Perfect. And you guys got more into a rhythm that you guys have been playing throughout the year so far. So what do you think conspired helping that happen, and what were you guys kind of focusing on in between the first and the second period?
It's just buying into the game that we know we can play. We're a good team, and we play like how we're supposed to play. We're going to win games. We're the better team.
Okay, and what do you think the message in the room is going to be heading into the third period?
Just got to close out the game, finish the job, and get ready for tomorrow.
Right. Thank you, Dylan. Now back to Dom and AJ in the booth.
And that was Ronan Keenan, a scratch forward tonight, doing the ringside interview with Dylan Jensen. Thank you, Ronan. Thank you, Kyle, for the ringside hit. And thank you all for sticking around through 2 periods. If you're just joining us late for some reason, thank you for joining us. We're happy to have you here. Through 40 minutes, UNLV leads in the shot category 37-12. They lead on the scoreboard 3-1. And some third period keys here. UNLV just keep it a bit cleaner, and GCU just got to settle down and just play through the third and get back into it.
Yeah, the GCU power play, it's been about as effective as my cough drops tonight, which is to say, not very. Had the power play for about 28 seconds despite being 0 for 2. Penalties have really killed them. Immediately, they go 0 for 2 on the power play, get a 4-on-4, really kill all their chances. But for GCU, if you want to put this in basketball terms, got to get a 3 and a stop. Get a 3-pointer, then get a stop on defense, maybe just get a goal, then hustle on defense, But in all departments, GCU needs to clean it up.
Hunter Schmitz and Mason Kelly dig in, and we're back underway here in this third period of play at City National Arena. UNLV leading 3-1. And speaking on the topic of Mason Kelly, we wish his Nana Kelly a happy birthday back at home. She always tunes into the broadcast with the rest of the Kelly family, so we wish her a happy belated, per special request from Mason Kelly at the intermission. And a big-time collision right in front of us. Justice Sathopoulos decimating Jack Thomas in front of the GCU bench as we have an early icing 36 seconds in. And AJ, Justice Sathopoulos, we've seen it all year last year for his freshman year here at UNLV. Nowhere near afraid to throw the body.
Yeah, nowhere near. And he's another one of those guys who, if you need him to get dirty, he'll get dirty, get in the troughs, as our producer said earlier in the intermission.
Get in the trenches, if you will. As a loose puck is whacked away by Sathopoulos, but it careens on net for Doug Wakeland, who holds for a whistle 49 seconds in. UNLV skating at you this period in the black jerseys. We have another shot directed wide. GCU with some early zone time here in this third frame. Hayden Siegel can't whack that past Sean Spring. And here comes GCU the other way. That's Gabe Trichler sending it in. Wakeland whacks it around the wall. And a shot finds its way back on net. Wakeland finds it and holds for a whistle. About a minute and a half gone in the third period of play here. UNLV seems to be hemmed in their own end for the most part.
Well, already a much better performance in the third period for GCU than what we saw last period. Just couldn't get any zone control time for the most part. And even when they did, they really only got a few good opportunities, one if that, with the Ben Oakland shot that he missed. So already better chances for them this period.
Ben Oakland been deadly in this game with plenty of chances. And that aforementioned chance that he missed was proven to be the difference maker. So Oliver Band buried the third goal of the game for UNLV in the second period off of a rebound. Once again, Dylan Jensen, the go-ahead goal scorer for the Rebels. Here's Mason Kelly, misplays the puck just barely. Was looking for Caleb Strong, who came streaking into the zone in the left wing. UNLV recoils in their own end. There's Kyle Quinn.
Almost wish he had a few more inches on the end of the hockey stick there. Keep that one in the zone.
Maybe a different lie or something like that as that puck comes off the boards and blown dead for an icing. UNLV still struggling on the breakout occasionally here, AJ. It's something that I have no doubts that head coach Anthony Vigneri-Greener and assistant coach Nick Raboni will be talking to their team about after the game. I'm sure they talked to them during the intermission about it as well.
The one goal that GCU has came off a breakout where Heath Mensch had no one to go to. And GCU capitalized on that, so got to clean it up.
And a big hit on Evan West. That was Jack Thomas. West losing the twig. He's back up with his lumber. And on the forecheck. Puck flung around the wall, just hops over the stick of Ben Oakland. So far, the lone goal scorer for the Antelopes tonight. Here's Nagra with West. There's Sean Spring. Played off the kick plate and picked up by Caden Hendrickson. Now here's Nagra, hits Stathopoulos, wide open, shooting one, pass, save, rebound, chance for Nagra, goes over the crossbar. Great scoring opportunity for Justin Stathopoulos, still looking for his first goal of the 2024-25 season. Already has 5 assists and came awfully close on that one.
He had an assist earlier in this game, too, with the Jensen goal, I believe.
Stathopoulos, second-year player out of Alberta. As Wakeland steers that aside with the goal stick. Shares a pass with that man tied up behind the net, Jackson Wyatt. They both played juniors together in the AJHL, the Alberta Junior Hockey League. Here's Caleb Strong, centering one, settled down by Gallant, hops over his stick. Another shot from Wyatt. Doesn't make it on net. Jackson Wyatt pinching there. Here's Dylan Kuntz shooting one, blocked by the skate of Caden Hendrickson, who's going to turn it up north for the Antelopes. His pass gets poked away by Strong, covering as a defenseman. Now here's Ricky Nelson through the wickets of Jacob Cummings, out of the reach of Jackson Wyatt. Picks it up, hits Oliver Band on the tape. Band to the left wing for Dylan Jensen. Jensen shooting one over the crossbar. Settled down by Cummings. Here's Nelson. Poked away by Corolla with support. It was Jacobsma. There's Evan West. West flips it in on the backhand, makes it on net. It's Colton Gherkin. Now Ricky Nelson goes to the ice, and here's Bradley Gallant in alone. Gallant shoots off the block, a rebound for West. And another big save and a penalty called on the Antelopes. It's going to be on Colton Gherkin, who's from a knee, pleading his case with the official. And Colton Gherkin is going to go to the box for the second time tonight.
Well, what a play by Krubitsky in the net there. Bradley Gallant had the clean opportunity to get a shot off. Did get the shot off. Looked like Krubitsky got it on the shoulder, and then corralling the rebound chance too. But now we'll have a good look at this UNLV power play, who we really haven't seen at all tonight. Just the tail end of the 4-on-4 penalties that we've seen in the first 2 periods.
Here they are set up strong, feeds it off the kick plate. There's Heath Mensch. Tied the game up for UNLV earlier tonight. Stathopoulos still looking for his first of the year. Swings up to Strong. Jackson Wyatt pumps. Strong top of the circle. Is Wyatt up top. Mensch one-time drive. Misses the net wide. Strong has that just go past the length of his stick. GCU gets fresh penalty killers out there. Here's Mensch once again on the right side. Here's Caleb Strong moving out left. Strong looking. Pulls up and turns back. Strong looking again from the dot. Strong shoots one. Blocked out in front. Kick save. And cleared the zone. Here's Cameron Nealon in a puck race with Heath Mensch. Mensch wins that one. What a save by Kabritsky. Husby just floats it back into the zone. And Husby will get changed up for GCU. Now here comes Nagra with speed. Drops it off for Gallant. Gallant through center over the red line. Here's Bradley Gallant gaining the zone. Gallant dancing through. Centers it over for Dalmonte, who picks it up on his backhand. Sends it up for Nagra. On the half wall, Cole Wyatt. Cole looking up top, Nagra. Nagra, Dalmonte with a drive. Pad save by Kabritsky. And the zone's cleared once again. Fresh penalty killers coming on for the Antelopes. 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, good penalty kill from GCU so far, not allowing too many dangerous opportunities, but UNLV still getting those opportunities nonetheless.
Here's Gallant now, hitting Dalmonte, who sends it in on the backhand. Trichler sends it up, kept by Nagra. Over to the dot, Wyatt with a shot, blocked out in front. He gets his own puck, sends it up Nagra. Nagra, Dalmonte, in tight. Dalmonte shoots, pad save. Everyone scrambling for it, still loose. Nagra picks it up, shoots one, blocked out in front to the high glass. And Kabritsky without the goal stick stands tall. GCU back to full strength.
Like when I talk about dangerous opportunities, that was one right there for UNLV. A great chance to get on the board on that power play, just not able to. Kabritsky lost his stick.
And Christian Cardo lost his steal, his skate blade. He came off the ice hobbled there.
Still didn't really get a clean shot off, so credit to the GCU defense there and standing strong and giving their goalie a chance.
And the chance is all Kabritsky's really needed tonight. He has 39 saves on the game. And GCU set up shop in the offensive zone. Hayden Siegel breaks up a play from Ukele. And an outlet pass gets cut off by Sean Spring. That would have sent Tristan Rand, the speedy Tristan Rand, in on a break.
And that is not a player you want on a break.
Not at all. Good stick from the junior defenseman. Here's Jack Thomas behind his own net. Thomas looking, sends it off the wall, off of Hayden Siegel, who keeps his own. Kelly pokes at it. Jackson Wyatt keeps his own. Bouncing puck just skips out of the zone as Wyatt's stick was tied up by Thomas. And there's Thomas touched on there from Gherkin. And Jack Thomas trying to inspire the GCU bench. Say, come on, let's go as it gets changed up.
Yeah, something like that.
The freshman trying to be a spark plug. Now UNLV in their own end. That's Jackson Wyatt surveying with just over 9 minutes elapsed in the third period of play. UNLV still leads 3-1. Here's Dylan Jensen looking for a second of the game, shooting one from an odd angle, and that's into the chest of Kabritsky.
Well, it's a strike if this is baseball, but this is hockey, so right to the chest.
Well, actually, it probably would have been a free base if it got hit, but
if you're calling the goalie the batter, then yeah, it's a free base. But I'm under the impression that the goalie would be the catcher in this situation.
Pretty adjacent to catcher gear, so very fair. Except that a joke fell flat there. Lots of discussion in the face-off dot there. We finally get back going. Kelly wins the draw against Nealon. Now here's Nagra up top. Down low, Stathopoulos. Stathopoulos centering one. Couldn't get there. A shot gets tipped up. And the net came off its moorings. That explains the stoppage.
I was wondering because it did seem like an early whistle, and the net didn't seem, from our angle, it didn't seem too far off where it's supposed to be. But
and AJ, that net's come off an awful lot this season so far, hasn't it?
it really has.
Gotta check on that.
This side way more than the other side too, from what it feels like.
Most definitely, as that shot kicks off of Kabritsky's chest protector. Nagaro with a shot off the end boards, and Kelly doing battle with Nealon, and Kelly sends Nealon to the ice and falls over the Antelopes forward, and he's gonna go, and Cameron Nealon gives him a pat on the side, no hard feelings, and Kelly's gonna go for a penalty.
Yeah, one of those where not a lot of space to operate behind the net. You push the guy down, and now he's covering up all your space to operate. Nowhere to go but to fall on top of him.
Nealon getting pats on the back. Mason Kelly going for a cross check. And AJ, looking at that net, is completely unrelated for right now, but you can see the peg in the left post that always comes off. It's a bit higher and raised off the ice compared to the right post. So that might explain things.
Feels like that is something that just shouldn't be a problem.
Not at all. Shot gets directed aside and they score. GCU converts on the power play. 11 seconds into the man advantage. And it's going to be Hunter Schmitz, the junior, with his 5th goal of the season, drawing the Antelopes within 1.
Yeah, so the first 2 power plays of the night, the first one was all of 22 seconds. Then you got your second one, which went 7 seconds. All of those were negated by GCU penalties. This one, 11 seconds, but ends with a GCU goal. So a huge switch there for GCU on special teams where they've been shooting themselves in the foot. Now finally getting on the board. And now it's a 1-goal game. There's your 3. Now, can they get another stop and perhaps another 3 to tie this one up?
GCU drawing to within 1. Another shot from the point gets directed away. GCU AJ 7 shots already in the opening 10 minutes of this 3rd period of play. They're already stepping it up with some new life. That shot directed aside by Doug Wakeland. Now Ukele misplays that puck at the point. Cole Wyatt's going to be the lone man in for UNLV as some fresh legs get on, and Cole Wyatt's going to get changed up. Now here's Ukele. Hansen turns the puck over, and Band sends it back in. Kicks off the back of the net. A long flip, glove down by Oliver Band at the red line. Overskates the puck. Evan West finds it, plays it up for Dylan Jensen. Here's Jensen with speed, moving on in, tries the Forsberg, and it doesn't work. Advantage, Dmitro Kabritsky. What a try there from Dylan Jensen. Trying the old school Forsberg, deking to the forehand and trying to get it tucked into the net with the backhand with one hand on the stick.
Yeah, and
Dmitro Kabritsky, another big save.
Defender got in there on his skates too. I'm not sure if that's what they're going over right now.
As we're in our final media timeout of the night. Our upcoming schedule, the next 3 games tomorrow night back here at City National Arena against the very same team, the Grand Canyon University Antelopes, another 7:30 puck drop. Next week, our Holiday Havoc weekend and our swan song for the fall semester against Arizona State. Both 7:30 puck drops, both games being broadcasted here on the UNLV Hockey YouTube channel. So make sure to come back for those games if you can't make it out to City National Arena in Summerlin to catch the games in person.
Yeah, Arizona State remains the Rebels' sole loss in the season. with tonight's result pending.
We'll have to wait the final 8.5 minutes to see. Here's Sean spraying up ice in a big collision, and a puck gets sent in cross corner. Evan West is on that with Trichler. Played down low. Jensen swings it around the wall for Band. Oliver Band in the opposite corner, sweeps it up top. Kuntz. Kuntz shoots one, tipped wide by Jensen. There's Jacob Cummings on that. He'll reverse ice in his own and hit Jacob Trichler. Cummings directs that in. Fed to Cummings, shooting one off the side of the cage, it looks like. He gets the puck back, gets tied up. And still with the puck is Jacob Cummings, turning one on, blocked out in front and sent back for Jack Thomas. Delayed offsides for UNLV. They tag up, and now here comes Jack Thomas. Jack Thomas in transition, tries to drop that one off, and that puck gets sent out of the zone. It's a foot race. Hayden Siegel doesn't get there. Colton Gherkin does. Now Ben Oakland can't keep that puck from going in deep. Siegel do battle with Gherkin in the corner. Tristan Rand comes in to assist. There's Hunter Schmitz. The second goal scorer for GCU, drawing the Antelopes to within one just a few moments ago. Now on top, Kaylee. Kaylee shooting one, and Doug Wakeland's got a squeeze. He'll hold for a whistle, and you got some gamesmanship. Matias Dalmonte has a stick tore from his hands by Caden Hendrickson, who was all tied up with that piece of lumber from Dalmonte. And now, with under 7 minutes to go, GCU still turning it up.
Yeah, turning it up indeed. Trying to get one more to tie this game up.
UNLV trying to get an insurance marker or prevent that evening goal. Here's Justice Sathopoulos on the right wing. Pulls up just below the hash marks, off the wall for Corolla. Swings that for Quinn just under his stick. Quinn sends it in, and it hops off Kelly's stick. There's Owen Hansen. Picks up a loose puck. Hansen loses his stick, and Sathopoulos bumps Tommy Wardis. Here's Kelly, sends it in cross corner. Kaylee reverses it for Wardis. Braden Husby tips it in. Husby gets on that puck, shoots one, and Wakeland finds it and holds for a whistle once again. 6:13 to go.
Much better. I mean, we touched on it earlier, but much better from GCU this period than what we saw in the second period. It seemed like they were all out of sorts offensively, and being out of sorts offensively gives UNLV the advantage, just being on offense the whole time, and now your defense starts to wear down. So you got to try and get some more offensive zone time, which is exactly what the Antelopes are doing, and they were rewarded with a goal.
We're going to get another one as Wakeland has that one go off the knob of his goal stick, it looks like, and directed to the corner. GCU with the puck still down low, trying to keep the zone. Under 6 to go. Strong feeds it to the middle. Here's Jackson Wyatt, leaves it on. Jensen with a drive off the pad of Kubritsky. Five and a half remaining in this third period of play now. Puck bounces and gets directed away by Gherkin. Jack Thomas on the backhand, steered away by Wakeland. Now Dalmonte hits Wyatt. Jackson Wyatt up for Tristan Rand. Here's Tristan Rand. Up the left wing with speed. Rand shooting one off the pad, and he goes into the end wall in a scary collision. And Tristan Rand is back up, but labored a little bit. That was Jack Thomas who came together with the sophomore forward, and here's Rand back with the puck. Rand looking, saucer pass, just couldn't get it to the stick of Bradley Gallant. That puck is kept in by Nagra. Tristan Rand seems to be favoring the right leg. He's still out there, and a scoring chance for GCU. Wakeland comes way out and finds it. What a sequence. And any UNLV fan inside the arena or watching from home must have had to hold their breath as Tristan Rand, the leading goal scorer and point getter for UNLV, went sliding uncontrollably into the end wall.
A lot of toughness from Rand right there, too, to get up and continue the play. And he had a great pass to Bradley Gallant there.
Perfect saucer pass.
He wasn't able to connect fully on, but still really tough and impressive stuff from Rand.
GCU continuing to turn it up here. A shot right off the draw into the trapper of Doug Wakeland.
And it was a really scary collision on the boards there. So we hope he's okay.
The second banged up Skating Rebel player tonight. Dylan Ford, after colliding with Ricky Nelson, is out for the remainder of this game. We'll wait to see if Tristan Rand will be coming out for another shift as that puck bounces past Doug Wakeland. Up top, shot through traffic, blocked out in front, loose puck, directed back on, and doesn't make it to the net. Sent cross ice under 4 minutes to go. Directed up, it's Colby Donovan flipping that one in. And Jackson Wyatt up ice. Directed back on, that was Jacob Cummings, looked like. Throwing that back as Mason Kelly had that puck hop off of his stick.
GCU playing really well this third period. I would not be surprised if they got one more to tie this game up the way they're playing. But not a lot of time to get it done. I mean, there's enough time with 3 minutes and 38 seconds, but they're going to have to act fast. But this UNLV team, there might be a need of a timeout, per se, to kind of settle down. They kind of look a little out of sorts.
Justice Sothopoulos pulls up at the hash marks. Dylan Kuntz pumps. Looking, feeds it rink wide off the stick of Sean Spring. Another good defensive effort from the junior. Mason Kelly was waiting back door for that one-timer. Mensch steers it in. Kelly tied up with Spring. Spring cancels him out. That's Kozma. Now Cummings. Kozma can't get around Jackson Wyatt, and they get tied up for a brief moment. Dylan Kuntz recovers in his own end. Under 3 to go now. Now it's Colton Gherkin. Sends it into the zone. Nagra plays it for Dalmonte. Now here's Matias Dalmonte. Up top. Now here's Gallant. Feeds it to the slot. Strong misplays it. Shoots one off the side of the cage. Now Dalmonte with another drive. Save made. And Caleb Strong gets Gherkin's stick to the back of the net, and Gherkin gives them a pat on the shoulder as the net comes off its moorings.
The net again.
Comes off, same post. Maybe it's on the rink ops here at City National Arena. Maybe they need to get the peg in to the ice deeper.
This is clearly a problem now.
I mean, when I worked here, I just used to drop the net on the peg, and that would really drive the metal peg into the ice.
I mean, it still looks
a little high on that left post. Or maybe you just need to play with marsh pegs next time. Much safer alternative if you have another stoppage of play. .2:21 to go. Faceoff's coming just outside the UNLV zone. Mason Kelly and Cameron Nealon dig in. GCU comes away with possession. Kelly tried to knife it into the zone, but couldn't. And here's Gavin Ukeli in his own end with about 170, less than 170 seconds to go.
About 124 seconds.
Here's Kelly directed that one in. And Gabe Trichler sends it off the glass into the skates of Colby Donovan, who directs it into the zone. Carollo and Donovan go up against the wall. Now here's Sathopoulos. Misplays the puck for a moment. Plays it up for Heath Mensch, who floats it in. GCU recoils, 90 seconds to go.
Simple math sometimes.
It's a bit difficult.
Don't want to be about
times.
50 seconds off.
I had taken remedial math my freshman year of college a long time ago. So here's Bradley Gallant. Moves it up. Rand shoots one off the trapper. Rand with another chance into the pads of Kabritsky. And Tristan Rand looks no worse for wear with another chance to give UNLV an insurance marker and timeout. GCU.
So I think both these teams will benefit from this timeout. I've been saying it earlier, but you know, UNLV, like they're touch off. They're still getting some chances, but they're touch off on finishing those chances and getting the puck in the net. And you know, maybe a timeout to really dial them in, calm them down on the ice. It's gonna be beneficial. And for GCU, I think it's beneficial for them too. Really, you know, try and see what you can do better on the offensive zone. You don't have a lot of time left, just a minute, 9 seconds to go. You need one, so you might be looking at the goalie coming out.
Kabritsky was drifting out in that GCU rush prior to this stoppage of play, AJ. He was about at the middle of the hash marks in the GCU end, so we're definitely going to be looking for him to come out of the net here sometime soon. 69 seconds to go.
Well, he'll be coming out of the net regardless because the game will be ending.
We'll see if he gets out of the net to give GCU the extra attacker. With just over a minute to go.
Some semantics tonight in UNLV hockey broadcast.
Always try to have fun here in the broadcast booth. 1 minute to go, and here comes Dmytro Kabritsky to the bench, and the puck goes way down the ice. No icing. There's Jack Thomas reversing it for Cummings. Cummings in his own end with the net empty. Long flip over the towering Matias Dalmonte for an icing with 40 to go, and Kabritsky has to come back out onto the ice, climbs over the boards, and back in between the pipes.
Well, it's hard to time it out, but if you're Kabritsky, that was almost the worst time to come out of the net, as the puck, right as he got to the bench, UNLV had a scoring opportunity from the neutral zone. Missed it to the right, but not ideal for GCU.
Now another defensive zone draw for Grand Canyon University. Kabritsky expects him to come out if GCU won that draw, but they did not. In a different line combination here, Oliver Band, Dylan Jensen, and Mason Kelly out there late in this game. Cummings bumps Dalmonte to the ice. Now with under 25 seconds to go, GCU has a chance for another rush. Kabritsky hustling to the bench, trying to get the extra attacker on. 15 to go now. Cummings sends it in on nets, and Wakeland handles it and sent off the boards, and Dylan Jensen can't get that one to his stick. Final 10 seconds, now under 5 to go. That puck is sent in. Wakeland comes out to play it in the final seconds, ticking off. Dylan Kuntz sends it off the glass, and UNLV 3 straight goals gives the Skating Rebels a victory here over GCU in a very hard-fought game.
And if you're GCU, you're looking at this game and you're circling that second period. That's where it all came apart for the Antelopes. You had a great first and third period, but if you can't finish in the middle frame, then the other team can take advantage of that. And we saw UNLV, they scored 3 goals in the second period, and GCU looked lost. And that was the difference tonight.
That second period, as you mentioned, the difference maker. Oliver Band with the game-winning goal, burying that third goal of the game on a rebound. As Grand Canyon University and a handful of Skating Rebel players will join at center ice for a group prayer. And with that, we're going to leave you with Once again, the final score 3-2. UNLV taking down GCU at home and remaining undefeated at home. We're going to go ahead and say good night from City National Arena on behalf of myself, Dominic Lavoie, AJ Reed, Kyle Sparrow, Ronan Keenan, Bo Kennedy, Jack Bridges, Rolando Guerrero, Kyle Kimsey, and Gene Gomez. We want to say good night from City National Arena. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 7:30.